So if I want to take my sketch and just keep making variations, I can actually take the same exact girl and place her right next to herself and head back in. You know, the bangs again, the neck. This time I'm going sleeveless, but keeping this asymmetry. Maybe I'm going to do some gathers right here for fun. It's amazing. Once your pencil starts to move, the ideas just start to multiply sometimes. I think I'm going to do these like pleats here that unroll, keep it short on one side and getting longer on the other side. Maybe again some kind of a ruffle that's like only on one side. And then I'm adding tone to the skin. Like I said, I like to do that so that the garment stands away from the skin. Just getting some ideas. I still like my boots, so I'm going to keep them. And tone those legs in to get a quick feeling of this design. Okay, and I like this one even better because inevitably you always need to warm up. So your first few sketches are something you may throw away. I like the first one. It got my thoughts out, but I'm much happier with the second one. It's looser, easygoing. It makes me want to keep going. Sometimes when I'm croquising, I'll overlap them slightly so that I can really feel the connection between the pieces. And sometimes you can also, like I said, work on the back view in the sketch instead of the front view. So I'm not going to do that yet, though. I'm going to keep going with the ideas I started here. And I'm just going to sketch out more and more dresses by tracing. Now, I have a posed figure, too, which brings up a whole lot of other not problems, but things get a little more complicated. And before I take you there, I'm going to keep going with the more simple figure. Get very far before I have to design a pantsuit. I'm obsessed with pantsuits, rompers, pantsuits of all kinds. So this next one's just got to turn into a pantsuit of some sort. I just haven't decided what yet, but it won't take long for me to figure it out. Just going to quickly sketch out the body. Remember, very lightly, and sketching my figures close together, like I said, really, I feel helps me keep an integrated design, meaning that the pieces in the group relate to each other very well. And that's great because they are meant to function together, right? Right. So I just made a simple sleeveless mini dress here, in spite of what I said about the pantsuit, and I'm actually liking it. I want to add to it, but I'm going to leave it right there. Let's see, what could I do to make that relate to the other designs in the group? Perhaps it has a single overlay that becomes a shoulder strap. What else could we do to it? And perhaps that overlay, I really need fabric swatches because I'm thinking that these are going to be contrast bright colors, each panel of these pieces. And this is the first time I ever sat down and started sketching without swatches. I swear, I never let my students get away with that because it's terrible to have designed something and then have to go out and find the fabric to work it. You know, it's much better to always start with fabric and have your designs come from the fabric that's in your hand. It'll inform your sketches, you know. Okay, so now I have 3 designs. And before I stop, I'm going to do pantsuit here, and I'm going to use my posed girl. While I'm doing that, I can use my posed girl to tell you a few things about what happens with pants and what happens with poses. So here we go with, I have my figure in a pose, and I could feel her center front curving like this. We talked a little bit about that kind of curve in yesterday's video. And then her shoulder, her arm coming up over her head for this pose. Another shoulder dropped down here and kind of resting on her hip. I'm going to sketch her body lightly. You can see it before I dress it. One leg sort of in the background and one leg up front. I'll talk to you later about how you can pose your figures so that your models don't look like they're falling. Okay, this girl looks a lot longer because she's, when your pose is active, your model actually becomes taller because the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, right? So when that line is no longer straight, when these are all diagonal lines, she actually becomes longer and taller on the page. And to create this pantsuit, I'm going to do an here kind of waist. Again, I'm going to do this asymmetrical sort of, I don't really know, asymmetrical sleeve layered over a basic straight bodice. And then, well, if it's a fitted pantsuit, it's going to come in and it's going to wrinkle. It's going to wrinkle where the leg bends, that's for sure. It's also going to wrinkle here where there's a bend in the body, where the hip is bending out. I have to decide what kind of a fit I want to give these pants. Are they going to be, okay, it's going to be a skinny pant with the bunched at the ankles, you know, a slight amount of stretch over, I think it's going to be a stretch woven. Again, I would love to have a fabric swatch in my hand. And then do up top to make this whole thing relate. Perhaps. Yeah, I wanted to play with this color blocking. Perhaps I should keep that going. And have the other side. You know, those little design decisions. Let me get crazy sometimes. This pant, for example, I'll do a drop crotch pant that doesn't have any seam. Ooh. Okay, now I'm getting really happy. A little bit of gather or feet into this panel. And then a panel for pocket. Other pockets. Alright, something like that. Yes, it's a little complicated. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And again, I can use color block to make these panels more clear. Maybe there's another dark panel here. You can do a lot of optical illusions with color blocking too. So we shall see. And now I have a layout of design sketches. Okay, and I can still, you know, tweak them and play around with it. I'll darken this leg because it's a back leg, it's in the background. I'm going to have to get out my colors and make some decisions about color now so that, you know, this starts to make some sense, because as long as I don't decide about the colors, it's very open-ended. I'm not so comfortable having it so open-ended. I'm going to rub again so that skin tone sort of separates from the garment. And I think I could fit one more figure. I think what I'll do, well, actually I don't think I should fit one more. Another thing you can do to make your sketches look fabulous is to frame them. Have the frame go through your models so that they become placed forward in space. And sign your name. and maybe we'll go forward to painting this. So this is a page of quick sketches of a mini collection design group. What I'll need to do is swatch it, mix colors, add color, and this is just sketch paper, so they're not going to be final illustrations, but it really gives me an opportunity to bring these sketches to life. It's going to be exciting. I know it's a long haul, but if you sit along with me through the hour we spend doing this, I think you'll glean a lot of techniques to add to your bag of tricks. There we go. See you on the other side.